Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Paper Crafting. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are working on my January Creative Daily Journal for the week of the 8th to the 14th. Today is the 15th, so the week ended yesterday. That's what that means. Alright, let's get started. Let's see. Oh, this is the day I went to my eye doctor appointment. So I made an eye doctor appointment at America's Best. So if you do that, please be careful if you do it online, because I signed up for a remote eye doctor. How the hell do you do a remote eye doctor appointment over Zoom? Somebody explain that to me, because I still don't understand how you do it. Then when I came down here, when we got home, I came down here and was filming my, the fairy journal. So I came down here then to film the fairy journal, and this is also, sorry, I'm grabbing my hole punch. This is also the day that we found out that my grandmother isn't doing well. She had a stroke. When the heck did she have that stroke? It must have been right after Christmas, like between Christmas and New Year's, I think, was when she had the stroke. And she's just not doing well. And basically it's just a wait game now for when we lose her. She's holding strong right now, but the social worker told my mom that basically my grandmother's at the top of the mountain and it's up to her when she gets down that mountain. So that really sucks. Especially since we just lost my grandfather last year in April. It just is hard. Yep, it's just really hard to deal with. And then I said, I have to be the strong one. So for my mom, I was strong. I listened, I stayed calm, I hung up, and I broke down. And then, even though I didn't want to, I came down and I filmed, because at least I had to do something. So this is the day I was dying. This is how long it took for me to drink some water on this day. This was, I don't know what day this was. Must have been a Thursday. And my boyfriend, when he left for work, put this Snickers bar on my cup of water. And I didn't find it till like 5 something. And he leaves at 3 o'clock. So that's how long it took for me to actually drink some water after he left. But this was just a weird, the Snickers pecan was weird. Also, if you're going to put anything food related in your journal, make sure it's clean. I always make sure my stuff is clean. Just a quick little tidbit. You can put food stuff in your, just clean it. That's all. Just to make sure it's clean. It's really easy when it's cold out in the winter to make sure it's clean, because, you know, there's no risk of the chocolate melting. So it's really easy to clean it. So just be cognizant of that. That's all you want to do. I'm putting double stick tape instead of glue because I know part of this has to go on here. So that is the reason for that. Okay. Then my kid also brought me home. He gives my boyfriend a drink every day that my boyfriend picks him up for work, because he still doesn't have a car. And I've been getting on his case about getting a car, because he said something to me the other day, and I'm like, yo, you have a license. Like, you could go to the store and get your own food, because I hadn't gotten to the store and got him what he wanted. I'm like, yo, you got a license. And he says to me, but I don't have a car. And I said, yeah, and we've been asking you to get a car for months. So this was the day that my mom signed the hospice care for my grandmother. Yeah, that's all that really happened on that day. This day, I woke up in the morning and decided that that was it. I was going to work on this DIY kit that my son bought me last year for Christmas, and it was like half put together. I had been working on the books. There were a lot of books There were a lot. Look at all them books on them shelves. There were a lot of books that you had to put together, and honestly, I got tired of it. So I put it away for a little bit, and then, yeah, I forgot about it. So on this day, I was determined to finish that, and I did. It took me, you guys, I don't even want to tell you how long it took me to finish. It took me till, I think I started at like 9 a.m. and I finished at like 6 o'clock. It took me forever to finish this damn project. Forever. But it's done. And I said to my boyfriend, I'm like, I don't think I would do one of these ever again. I thought, and I don't know why, you're looking at the picture, like I see the picture. It's not like it's one of those book nooks that you can just put on your bookshelf. It's literally just a little miniature room. So there's no, like, top, there's only two sides. So you can't really, like, put it somewhere. Does that make sense? My kid grabbed McDonald's because he was going out. And I'm like, well, if you're going out, then please bring food home for me and your grandfather so I don't have to cook. So he did that. And then my boyfriend bought me a book on Amazon, a used book, 1 Yard Wonders, 101 Sewing Projects. Look how much you can make with just 1 yard of fabric. It's actually a really good book, and he got it really cheap. So that came on this day, and then this is also the day that my kid's watch came, and he's like, oh. I said I would take his watch to get sized on Monday. This was Friday. I said, I'll take your watch to get sized on Monday when I'm out and about running errands. I said, but you're going to be right next to the mall. Like, they went out to dinner, and the place was right across the street from the mall. Like, you're going to be right across the street from the mall. You could take it yourself. Just ask your friend to go over to the mall. I'm sure they're not going to care. And then they went out to eat, and then they went to Dave & Buster's, which is also right next to the mall. And he's like, I'm not going to ask them to take me to the mall just for this. He comes home, and he's like, I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, look how nice it fits. I was like, oh, so you actually went to the mall? He's like, yes. I was so proud of him, you guys. Because he's like, I'm not going to go and do it myself. Though I do feel that he got it too small. I think he needs to get a link put back in. It's very tight on his wrist. And he goes, well, I didn't want it to move. I'm like, but it's not supposed to be that tight. It should not be that tight. It's very tight. So that was this day. I said I was so proud of him. He steps out of his comfort zone all the time. Like, as somebody who has severe anxiety, you guys, like severe. We'll talk about it later on in this week of this journal, what happened to me, because that's how bad my anxiety is. When I was his age, I had no problems doing it. But now as I'm older, my anxiety is getting worse and worse and worse. And now it's like I can't see, like, doing, like, he had no problems going for his job interview. I was like, are you sure? Do you want me to take you? Because he walked over because it's right there. I'm like, do you want us to take you? Like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I don't care. It's just a job interview. And I'm just like, he was 19 at the time. And I'm like, I don't understand how my mental health problems skipped you. That's more like it. How did my mental health problems skip you? This day, he had D&D. I was going to make dinner, but my dad's like, well, why make dinner for the two of us? I'm going to eat this, and then you do whatever. And I'm like, I said to my boyfriend, I'm like, but that means that I don't have any food to eat. Like, I still have to cook for myself unless I order food. And I'm like, I don't think he understands that. So So I spent like an hour trying to figure out what food I wanted to order. Honestly, I was like, I don't know what I want to order. I'm so hungry. I was starving. I didn't want to make anything. I'm like, I don't know what to order. I ended up ordering Qdoba because there's a Qdoba right down the street, and I prefer Qdoba over Chipotle. I find Qdoba far superior. So I just put the receipt. I always, you know what I always get? I get a quesadilla. That's what I always get. I used to get the bowls, and then I just started getting the quesadilla because they're amazing. I also got a taco. So I was starving. I hadn't eaten all day, so I also got a taco, which seems like a lot of food, but it's really not a lot of food. My allergies have been really bad, and they've been really bad. Like, my teeth even hurt. When my allergies are extremely bad, my whole face throbs. I can't drink anything. Like, my teeth hurt so bad. I said, today was shit. I didn't want to do anything because of how bad I felt, but I didn't have a choice. Shit still needs to get done, and I'm the only one who will do it. And honestly, it's getting old. I just want everyone to respect me enough to take care of their own shit. And I said, if I have to throw away one more of my dad's paper towels one more time, I may just snap. Literally, he'll use a paper towel and then he'll just leave it on the counter. I got so sick because we have a garbage can in the garage. We've never had a garbage can in the kitchen. It's always been out in our garage because it's right there at the base of the steps. I got so sick of having to clean up after everyone out in the garage and take everything out to the garage that I cleaned out underneath my kitchen sink and put a garbage can under there. And these motherfuckers still can't. Oh, that was bad. I'm sorry. That's how hot I am about this. These people still cannot clean up after themselves. Still. The amount of times I have found dirty paper towels on the kitchen table, right there on the counter, right next to the kitchen sink. It's not even an exaggeration when I say it's got to have been about 100 times. At least 100 times that I have had to throw this paper towel away. And then he started throwing them in the recycling bin, and I'm like, yo, you can't. That's not recyclable. It's dirty. You gotta... So then I'd have to take it out of the recycling bin. We have a basket next to our door for recycling because our garbage can is now on the side of our house because of flies in the summer. I was sick of the garbage can being right next to the back door. So we moved it to the shed, next to the shed. But now with winter here, I was like, let's move it right next to the side of the house. So we dug out an area and moved the garbage can. So I have a basket there for recycling so we don't have to juggle recycling. When there's stuff in it and I'm going outside with a dog, I take it with it, I dump it. Not a big deal, but that's where I've been finding the paper towels. And I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. My kid just leaves his griddle when he makes breakfast sitting there dirty for me to clean. Then he'll put the Instant Pot, the air fryer basket in the sink and just leave it there. The only thing he'll clean is his pizza pan. And sometimes he doesn't even do that. And if I have to wipe off when he drops food on the counter one more time, you might all have to put me in an institution because I may just completely lose my mind. There we go. That's what's been, like, I can't deal with it anymore. And I said to my boyfriend, if he doesn't start putting his crap away, if I have to follow up behind him and put his crap away one more time, you're an adult. Yeah, they're all adults. They act like freaking children. This was the day my anxiety was really bad. My kid went to D&D. And he got home really early. He got home at like 10:55. Like last week he got home at 3 a.m. So this was really early. And I thought, great, I can go to bed. My mom was coming at 7, 8, like coming around 7:30 in the morning the next morning to pick something up before she went up to my grandmother. So I was like, great, I can go to bed. I can get some sleep. Guys, my anxiety was so bad. Every noise I heard, literally, I know it's coming from my son's room. I know it's him, like banging into something or kicking something, doing something in his room. I know what these noises are because when he's not home, I don't hear those noises. It's not till he's home that I hear these noises. So I know it's him. All day long, no noises. Him at D&D, no noises. The moment he comes home, noises. Okay? Me? I'm laying in bed going, is that the heater? Or is that the furnace? Are we gonna blow up? Is there something going on? Is that what do they call it? Water, something like with a banging in the pipes from the water. I'm like, what are these noises? Is there a burglar down there? Is the door unlocked? Did somebody get downstairs? Is there a burglar? What is this banging? That is my head. And then I say to myself, it's just the kid. It's just the kid. It's just the kid. But is that a burglar? Is it a heater problem? Why is it the heater? Is the furnace gonna, what's going on? Why is there carbon monoxide downstairs? This is my head, you guys. I didn't fall asleep till 4 a.m. All those hours of laying there with all of that going through my head, and I could not sleep. I was wide awake, thinking about every bad thing that could possibly happen. Like, really. This was Sunday. My mom showed up bright and early at 7:27 in the morning to pick up, with my aunt, to pick up the planner I made her, which you still haven't seen that video, but you will eventually. I was going to ship it, but then she came up to see my grandmother. And I said, I can't imagine how miserable I looked, because the window rolled down and they were both laughing at me hysterically. Like, I don't know. I must have been bad. And then I tried to go back to sleep and I couldn't. And then my taste buds were off again. When my allergies get really bad, my taste buds get off and everything tasted like garbage. It was miserable. I'm having a miserable time, you guys. Plus, I still have to call a plumber. I'm doing that today. The day, yes. We got this drain cleaner that was recommended because it's like, all natural, won't harm your pipes. Will go through anything. It'll clean your main line. This is your main line cleaner. Dump it down the lower toilet and then this, let it sit, and then blah, blah. This, no. You know what it did? Made it worse. So this was on Monday. Today's Wednesday. I jumped it down. Yesterday, I had my boyfriend do laundry, and it was worse. Yep. It was worse. So yeah, I gotta call a plumber. Now I can't put it off, but the thing is, I don't want to have to do it. I had like a breakdown yesterday. I'm like, anyway, let's move on. This day we went to Ollie's. We haven't been to Ollie's in a really long time. And I got 2 books. I got a package, and I can kick myself for not, here it is. They call it mounting tape, but it's what I use a lot for crafting. It's like double-sided. Why can't I think of what it's called? It's the thicker. It gives you, whatever. I got that. It was 99 cents, and I could kick myself for not buying another one. And then we went to Target and Sam's Club. We got 2 things at Sam's Club because they didn't have anything. I think we were just like blah, and we didn't want to continue on. We got a chicken. We didn't want to look. We didn't go up and down any aisles. Like, it was bad. The only thing we got was chicken and a package of frozen steak sandwich meat, so we can make steak sandwiches one of these, because it was like actually really cheap for it. And then my kid went to Yummy Bowl that night. Alright, so this was yesterday. My boyfriend did his laundry. I'm like, you gotta do your laundry just in case. Like, let's get it done. And he did his laundry, and like I said, it was even worse. And I went to go call a plumber. The first place I called, they had a wait list, you guys. A wait list. And I called them because they have 5 stars with 370 reviews on Google. They have 5 stars. When do you ever see that with that many reviews? 5 stars. So I called them, but they have a wait list. And I'm like, I need it done. So then I called Roto-Rooter, and they didn't answer. And then my dad said, well, because the water did go down eventually. Not like it used to never do that. It would just stay, and it would take forever for this stuff to go down. But it went down like within 25 minutes. Like, it took a while longer than it had been taking, because like I said, it made it worse. And my dad's like, we'll call somebody. And I had a mini breakdown, you guys, because I'm like, This isn't my damn house. This is not my house. I do not own it. Why do I have to do it? Why do I have to make the phone calls? Why do I have to do everything? Why? Not my house. I got so frustrated I had a breakdown. And my boyfriend's like, well, would you want him to call? I'm like, no, but how about you call? You live here half the time. How about you call? Why has it got to be me? Why do I have to be the one to deal with everything? Yeah, I probably should. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We do lots of fun things here. I promise we do fun things. This has just been a really hard week. A really hard month so far. And I'll see you guys in the next crafty video. Have a great rest of your day.